What's going on, guys? It's NYPrepper here. Just wanted to do a quick video about guns and prepping and something that I noticed that's really bothering me. And so, with COVID, there's a lot of new preppers in the prepping community. And some of these preppers are totally new to prepping, and they got into prepping because of COVID. And so as a result, they don't really know that much about prepping, and they're making prepping channels on YouTube, and they're giving people bad advice. And one of the things that I noticed that really bothers me the most is there's a lot of preppers that are basically saying that you don't need guns to prep, okay? That guns are not important. It's not an important prep, basically, okay? There's a lot of these preppers now that basically treat firearms as something that you don't really need as a prepper, okay? And I've had people make comments on my videos that, oh, you spend too much time doing gun videos, why don't you talk about current events, and why don't you talk about, Joe Biden and politics and COVID and conspiracies and stuff like that. Well, the reason why I make a lot of those gun videos is because guns are just as important as any other prep, okay? Guns are actually one of the most important preps that you should have. And the reason why is very simple, okay? Use your common sense, okay? You could store up 3 years worth of food, okay? You could pack your whole living room stuffed with freeze-dried food and cans of food and all kinds of stuff like that, and batteries and all kinds of different supplies. But if you have no way of protecting those preps, then there's just no point in storing all of them, okay? Because if SHTF happens, okay, and society collapses, people are going to be desperate and they're going to be hungry, okay? And they're going to go door to door and they're going to ransack people's homes, okay? And they're going to be looking for supplies, okay? And when somebody comes up to your house and they find all these preps in your house, how are you going to stop them from taking those preps? Okay, if you have no guns or you have very limited firearms and you don't have any ammunition and you don't train with your firearms, you don't know anything about shooting, you don't practice because you don't feel that guns are important, what are you going to do when there's a group of bad guys outside of your house and they surround your house with firearms and they go into your home and they take all your preps, okay? You're not going to be able to fight them. You're not going to be able to protect your preps if you don't have guns, okay? And there's going to be people out there after SHTF that are going to be well armed, and they're going to be well trained, and they're going to be going door to door, and they're going to be taking people's supplies, okay? And if you don't think that that's a possibility, you just have to look at history, okay? Look at Hurricane Katrina. What happened after Hurricane Katrina? You had looters. You had all kinds of problems in Louisiana after Hurricane Katrina, okay? And if there's any kind of large-scale collapse of society, there's just no way around it, You need firearms. You need guns. You need to be proficient with them. You need to be well-versed in them, okay? You could store up 5 years worth of food, but if you don't have any guns and you don't know how to use them, what are you going to do if somebody like me comes to your house and tries to take them from you and let's say I'm well armed, I know what I'm doing, how are you going to stop me? What are you going to do to stop me? How are you going to, if you have no guns and you have no ammunition, nothing, what are you going to do? Throw rocks? So, it's just really bothers me because there's a lot of these preppers out there now, and they think that prepping is all about, storing food and not doing really anything else except storing food and talking about Joe Biden and COVID, okay? There's a lot more to prepping than, just storing up food, okay? Prepping is a huge thing, okay? And, the thing about prepping is that you don't get the opportunity to choose what to prep for, okay? You have to be able to address any situation, any SHTF situation, you need to be able to address. All right, you can't just say, oh, I'm never going to prepare for an EMP because I don't think that's going to happen. Or, oh, I'm not going to prepare for nuclear war because I don't think that I could survive nuclear war and there's no point in prepping for that. Or, oh, you know, I'm not going to prepare for marauders and collapse of society because it's a small chance of happening. Then you're not really a prepper, okay? Then you're not really a prepper, all right? That's the bottom line, okay? If you're a prepper, you prep for anything. You don't just prep for, you know, a hurricane or the power going out for a couple of days or toilet paper running out from a pandemic, okay? You know, if you're a prepper, you should be prepping for long-term grid down events. And any kind of long-term grid down event, you're going to need firearms to protect what you have and protect your family, okay? There's going to be people out there, bad people, really, really bad people, and they're going to have firearms, okay? And you're going to need firearms to protect yourself from those people, all right? It's just plain and simple. All right, just think about the Wild West, okay? All the outlaws during the Wild West days in the 1800s, okay? You had a lot of outlaws. They were, you know, very good shooters. They had a lot of firearms. And what are you going to do when you have modern day outlaws after the collapse of society that are going to have AK-47s and AR-15s, and they're going to be going door to door, surrounding people's homes and taking what they want, okay? And I guarantee you that the first places where these modern day outlaws are going to go is they're going to go to blue states where most people are disarmed and most people don't have guns, and they're going to go to the suburbs and they're going to go door to door and they're going to take what they want and they're going to do what they want because they know that people are not armed and they know that guns are just not that present in those suburban liberal states, okay? So I don't know where this is coming from. You know, I don't know who started it, but guns are just as important as any other prep. You have to use your common sense, okay? If you don't have guns, you're not going to be able to protect yourself from bad people out there, okay? And, you know, the thing is, too, is that when society collapses, you're going to have all these cartels and gangs and stuff like that. And all these gang members, they're going to be able to get a lot of really high-power firearms through the black market, okay? MS-13, all these cartels, the Bloods, the Crips, okay? They're not going to be going to your local gun store to get their guns, okay? They're going to be going into the black market, and they're going to have access to all the best firepower, okay? Because the black market is, you know, there's all kinds of weapons that they can get on the black market. You know, MS-13, all these cartels, you know, they trade guns and they get a lot of these guns from other countries in Central America, South America. They get all kinds of high power firearms, okay? So you're going to have all these gangs running around after SHTF with high power firearms, and they're going to be going door to door and they're going to be doing whatever they want. And what are you going to do to stop them? If they come to your door, what are you going to do? Okay? If you have no guns and you believe that, you know, guns are not necessary for prepping, what are you going to do to deal with that situation when it presents itself? Okay? So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope it got you to think a little bit. And as always, take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.